Alright, Shalom. Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into how the Lord is going to bring these plagues. You know, you got to, with all this, government shutdown happening, you're going to have, famine, martial law, civil war, sedition. Okay, you got to remember the Lord's going to bring his plagues as well. Second Esdras chapter 16 verse 1 on down. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Assyria. This is talking about America, because Babylon is it stands for Babal, which means confusion. Okay, because is America not full of confusion? Okay, this is Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. Okay, because you have these you got these men that are walking around that are all that are homosexuals. You got the alphabet crew. Okay, you have men trying to be women trying to be men, having surgery and all that. Alright, so is that not confusion? Okay, that's what Babylon means, Babal, confusion. I mean, people don't even know that these Babylonians, alright, aka Americans, they don't even know that they're being set up by their own leaders. See? People actually think that these leaders, starting with Trump, actually care about the American people, But some people are waking up to the fact that, because you have some military generals that are telling Trump to resign, but a lot of people still think that there's a strong delusion that they think that these leaders really care for the American people, for their best interest. You see? Alright, so this place is full of confusion, Asia, and woe be unto thee, Egypt and Assyria. Right, because Egypt just stands for bondage, captivity. Verse 2, gird up yourselves with cloth and sack and hair. Beware your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Right. Because your destruction is at hand. Alright, so those of you that are not part of the hopeful elect, yeah, your destruction is at hand. Okay, so the Edomites, the heathens, and the 2/3 of our people, the Hebrew Israelites who are being wicked. Alright, you guys will your destruction's at hand. The Lord is preparing many judgments, has many judgments out here. Alright, ready to be executed out here. A sword is set upon you, and who may turn it back? Right. Okay, so a sword representing ICE agents. Okay, there's gonna be militias out here, race wars. Okay, no jobs, because a sword just it represents just like a weapon towards you. So the Lord is gonna separate your families. The Lord is gonna give people illnesses out here. Okay, where people are gonna be like bleeding out of their eyes, and there's a lot, because people don't just have the necessary, the Lord don't have to necessarily attack you by like, a military or, or a gun. It could be any kind of way, The Lord can attack your mind, okay, give you a plague of the mind. And so there's many plagues out there, all right, yeah. And who may turn it back, right? Because, hey, this is why the scriptures say it's a terrible thing to fall in the hands of the living power. Okay, so right, once the Lord is on you, and that's it. No, who can you call? Who can save you from that? Nobody. See?
Chicken 360 chicken from pt.1. It has no fees.
Verse 4, a fire is set among you, and who may quench it? Right, because you're going to have a lot of these, cities that are going to be laid waste out here. All right, like, it tells us in Isaiah, Jeremiah, the book of Daniel. All right, 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. These cities are going to be laid waste out here. Not only that, you're going to have nuclear fire, nuclear fire. Because right now, as we speak, okay, you have Russia, China, all these superpowers, okay, North Korea, they're pointing their I.C.B.Ms at each other. It's only a matter of time, all right, before the Lord really lets these big, nuclear missiles sets them off. A fire is set among you, and who may quench it? All right, yeah, because you can't call no firefighters or, it's going to put out this fire. You see? Verse 5, plagues are sent unto you. This is one of the main points right here, okay? The plagues. All right? The plagues. Because, part of these plagues are going to be, famine. All right, remember how the Lord plagued Egypt, okay, with frogs, illnesses. Remember, there's going to be some plagues out there where people are going to be bleeding, like from their eyes, and all kinds of plagues out there that the Lord's going to bring, the Lord's going to be having, animals attacking people, okay, the Lord's going to also the I.C.B.Ms, that's a plague too. All right, and I'm saving that that Sarah Connor scripture for last. Okay, I'll get that here in a little bit. All right, that Sarah Connor scripture. You guys out there know what I'm talking about. All right. So a fire sent. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Right, because the Lord's bringing all these plagues. All right, the Lord's gonna start taking people's family members. Okay, remember how the Lord smote all the firstborn? The Lord's gonna do all that. Okay, the Lord's gonna do all that again. All right. The Lord's gonna do many things out here, many things. Verse 6: May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Because there are gonna be lions out here attacking people, but this is saying, because because the Lord's very poetic. Okay, he speaks in parables, like like a riddle, okay, a riddle, all right, because you know, you know, that right there can represent a literal lion, but also, just just like if a lion were to come at you, you can't really stop it, when it's real hungry. You see? All right. So, the Lord speaks in code. Riddles is just means that you have to figure it out. You have to stop and think for a second. See, and then once you figure it out, you go into these breakdowns. Then you're like, oh, that's what it means. Like, oh, okay, it's like a riddle. See, you gotta stop and think about it. Like, oh, okay. Then once you break it down, you get the understanding. Then you're like, oh, all right. So that's what it means. Stars above. See, because it's not for everybody. This is why Yahushua said, this is why, when Yahushua was on the scene, they asked him, why speakest thou, to them in parables? He goes, because it's not for them. All right. Remember, like Apostle Tahar said, we speak in code because it's not for everybody. It's only for the elect. See? All right. So same thing. Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it had begun to burn? Right. Because these man. Imagine, what happened in Hiroshima. That was an atomic bomb. Okay, imagine now they got nuclear bombs that are far more powerful. Verse 7. May one turn again the arrow. Here we go. Okay, get into those I.C.B.Ms. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. Right. Okay, because once that arrow is shot off, that's it. You ain't turning it back. It's going to its mark. Same thing with these missiles, because you do have self-guided missiles and stuff like that. Where they control them and stuff. But the Lord is going to control it. Okay, when it's really time for the because you're gonna have before it's all said and done. Before Yahushua arrives. You're gonna have, small pocket nukes here and there go off. You're gonna have EMPs here and there. An EMP, for those of you that don't know, that's a electric magnetic pulse. So that is it's a missile that will destroy the electric grid. So the phones will shut down. These cars won't work. It'll completely for America, man, it will completely devastate, cripple America, an EMP. Man, an EMP would be so bad here in America, because if you think about it, because that could be another plague, an EMP, the Lord can have China or Russia set this thing off, or America itself, the insiders. You have a lot of people that are inside, America that don't like America, that are working with these elites. Yeah, they're about to set this thing off. Huh? So, this is something that, that's, gonna be major out here, because look at how, let's just talk about the, power, electric, for Slovakia, for instance, okay, the power, look at how much everything is look at how much stuff relies on power. Just think about it. Okay, everything. All right, your toilet. Okay, the lights go into your kitchen, your room. Okay, the gas, your running water. None of that will work without power. Okay, your cell phone, your laptop. money to withdraw from the ATM. Okay, all right. Checks. You know, a lot of people too, like companies. You have to email them like timesheets. You got to do. You know, people have to do. You know, they have to do their. You know, their roll call. You know, that's not gonna happen without. You know, that's not gonna happen with. You know. Without no power. See? Alright, airports, okay? Cars, because whatever gas you guys have in there are diesel. Remember the gas pumps at the gas stations won't work. See? Alright? So eventually cars won't work without power. Alright? Yeah, you know, man, trucks, okay, communications, all right, you know, all the TV, you know, people's cable, their Wi-Fi. Imagine all that would shut down. Okay, food. Okay, all that would shut down. All right, so without power, man, it would completely cripple America. Just by attack on the power grid. It would just look at how much stuff, you know, relies on power. Okay, a lot of people do have their businesses online, stuff like that. That would all be shut down. Yeah, man, you won't be able to, you know, go to the ATM. Nothing. Huh? It would be through communication. Call 911, okay? Call the fire department, call your loved ones. All that would be just shut down. Imagine? You know? Yeah. You know? And that will happen. You know, an EMP strike will happen because especially like in a time of war, because people, one of the main things in war is intel and communication. So if you shut down the enemy's communication, when they can't communicate to each other, you pretty much got them. You know, because if people can't communicate and say, "Oh man, hey, the enemy's over here. Hey, he's coming in from the east." You know, hey, we need air support. You know what I'm saying? If they can't communicate with each other, you imagine they're just sitting ducks. You know? See? Yeah. As man, you know, communication, intel is key when it comes to war. You know? Yep. And you gotta remember that Russia and China are gonna hit this place, America, hard, real hard. Okay, very hard. So they're gonna get hit, you know, with something that they're not really ready for. Okay. Oh yeah. All right, because not only do these elites have America set up, but the Lord. Okay, the Lord has a trap for America. Yep. All right, and remember, the Lord is the Lord. He's with these other nations. Okay, he's not. I mean, he's using them. Okay, because he's not on their side, but he's gonna use them to destroy America. This is why you think almost all the time, all the tension's on Russia, because the Lord's gonna use Russia to get this nuclear war started. See? All right, he's not. He don't have. Remember. He's not on Russia's side, but he's gonna use them, okay, as like a tool to destroy America. See? All right. So these other nations are gonna come with crazy strategies, crazy tactics to you know, invade America, cripple America. This is why they have sleeper cells here, UN troops, all that. Okay, because not just coming from the elites, you know, the New World Order, you know, no, it's coming from the Lord. Okay, because remember, the Lord controls the left-hand side. See? All right. Let's verse 7. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer, All right, right. Verse 8, the mighty Lord, see, right there. The mighty Lord, because the Lord's mighty. All right, and a lot of people have been, blaspheming the Lord. All right, putting the Lord in the box. The mighty Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, sendeth the plagues. And who is he that may drive them away? Right, because the Lord is bringing the plagues. Right there. The mighty Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, sendeth the plagues. So who's controlling Trump to do all this, to cause all this madness? The Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Who's causing the Russians to get things stirred up with NATO and all that? It's the Lord. Okay, all right. Why is the Lord having all these military leaders around the world constantly test their I.C.B.Ms? It's the Lord. Okay, the Lord is doing all that. Okay. Why is over there in the UK they're gonna have that digital ID? They're mandating that. So whoever doesn't have the digital ID, those of you that are watching, you gotta pay attention. That's major. Okay, they're not gonna be able to work. All right, or even do things. All right, so that's coming to that's coming to the whole world. All right, that it's all going digital. Remember, everything's about that mark. Okay, everything's about the RFID microchip. All right, that is what these elites want. Okay, that's the last. Remember, that's the last. Straw, so to speak. Verse 9: a fire go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Yeah, the Lord's wrath. Verse 10: he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Right. Okay. Right. Because the Lord is man. The Lord's. That's another thing. The Lord's gonna bring tsunamis. Crazy weather, and probably tornadoes. Who knows? You see? All right. Verse 10: he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Right. Okay. Verse 11: the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai threatened, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? Right. Okay, because when the Lord gets here with the angels, all right, he's gonna he got concentrated fire for the wicked, meaning he's gonna shoot laser beams on people. You guys are going to the wicked are gonna get zapped to powder. They're gonna be vaporized. Yep. Verse 12: the earth quaketh, all right, and the foundation thereof, and the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also. Yeah, because you're going to have crazy stuff happening too in the ocean. Before the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and before the glory of his power. Verse 14. Verse 13. Verse 13. Here's one of the main points. For strong is his right hand. So who is the right hand of Yahushai? Okay? Of Yahweh. Yahushai. Okay? Alright? For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Yahushai. Yahushai is very strong. Okay? He's a lion of the tribe of Judah. His arrows that shooteth are sharp. Right. Okay, so the arrows. Alright, talking about the I.C.B.Ms. And shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Right, okay? So, and to the ends of the world, meaning what? Okay, these I.C.B.Ms are controlled by Yahweh Shem Shai. So, this is something that's very, very, very heavy. Okay, because you know, right there, okay, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So they're not gonna miss, meaning because these things are definitely gonna go off. And right there, that just lets you know that the Lord, okay, the strongest is his hand. So who is that? That's Yahweh Shai, because he's controlling the plagues. Okay, all right. So meaning, no one's gonna shut this thing down. Nobody, no one's gonna shut this thing down. You see? All right. So that's very, very, very important. Okay, because no one's gonna shut this down. All right. The Lord's in control. So right there, that that lets us know that this 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 time that we're in. Okay. No one can control it. Because a lot of people say, oh well, we got Trump. Let's just go for an example. Trump has that. He wants to start paying for the what is it, the gold dome and all that. All right, your missile defense systems will not work, because when it's actually time to when it's time to rock and roll, uh the Lord is gonna control everything, and these I.C.B.Ms, okay, are going to be guided by Yahweh Shem Shai and the angels. All right, so once the Lord actually is ready, okay, and gonna have all these missiles go off, okay. No one can prevent it. Like, all right, let's just make sure that they only throw a few. Of missiles here and there. No, it's gonna go down out here. Here we go. The Sarah Connor scripture, the last scripture, Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. So yeah, how many people have been fighting against us? The whole world. Okay? All right? Because so this is why the Lord has these I.C.B.Ms for you heathen, but also for you 2/3. You see? For the Edomites and the heathens. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Right. Okay, because the Lord is bringing these these strong missiles. Now they have hypersonic missiles, okay, ballistic missiles, all right, that are gonna totally just make these cities and certain countries, in particular America and Israel, completely waste. You see? All right, so let's get some images here real fast. Right there, okay. So the Lord is getting ready to get these going here. Okay, these are the arrows that are gonna be shot to the ends of the world right here. Okay, the I.C.B.Ms. All right, these are the Lord's missiles. Okay, these don't belong to these don't belong to, look at that. These don't belong to these nations. You know, look, that's you know, they call it the mushroom cloud after it hits its mark. Okay, yeah, you know, these missiles are gonna completely, you know, destroy these cities. You know, yeah, you know, it's a it's a very serious ordeal. You know, so these are the just some of the missiles that are gonna be, you know, shot off here. You know, and there's many ICBMs out there with nuclear warheads. Oh, absolutely. You see. So with that, um, hey, check this out. Look at that's the spirit, because it says it says, can it be stopped? See? Huh? Can it be stopped? Yeah, because there's so much. These missiles are so advanced. They're so powerful. You know that Russia has, you know, missiles that are so fast that, you know, the U.S. they can't even that's undetectable. You know, and they have like these shield on them, stuff like that, where you can't even they can't even come up on their radar because it has like a, I believe, like a plasma or something like that in the front. You know, so I mean, this place, you know, they have these missiles that are so fast. The American military, they only have about, I forgot, it's like it's something like they only have about 20 to 30 seconds to react. If they don't react, that's it. You know? Yeah. Some of them, they have missiles that, you know, that the military can't even detect. So just showing that when America's through, so when the Lord has Russia and China, Iran, North Korea, you know, shoot off these missiles, all right? Remember, the Lord is gonna grab hold of them. Number one, okay. Number two, uh, these America's missile defense systems. It don't matter if they spend trillion of dollars. Remember, like Trump said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna spend 1 trillion on the military." That don't mean a damn thing. Okay, you waffle. Okay, that don't mean a damn thing. So, okay, the Lord's gonna shut all that down. You can spend $10 trillion on the military. Okay, you know, America is finished. Okay, you know, and we're just watching, because it don't matter how much you Edomite scramble. It don't matter how much you cry. It don't matter how much you get mad. That don't even matter. It don't even make a difference. America will be destroyed, and you Edomites and heathens are going to slavery. You see? That's it. That's it. You can whine. You can cry. You can team up. You can do whatever you want at this time. You know, it don't even matter, because it ain't gonna change. Uh, you know, your guys' judgment. You see? Yeah. You know? Oh yeah. So the Lord is going to man, you know, the Lord is going to, you know, rain these I.C.B.Ms. You know, and there's many of them. You know, there's many of them out there. You know, man, a whole lot. So with that, that's it on you know, the I.C.B.Ms are prophecy. Okay, part one. And Lord willing, you know, a little bit here, you know, I'll get you know, we can go into a part two, because there's a lot of scriptures going into the I.C.B.Ms. You know, we'll get that in part two. You know, Jeremiah, Revelation. There's a lot. So that's it on today's lesson. All right. So remember, these missiles are, you know, getting ready to be shot off. Oh yeah. Okay, and they will. So, you know, remember, don't get too cozy. All right, the Lord is about to completely destroy, you know, our enemies, and He's gonna have these nations wipe out each other. Yep, the Lord's gonna have these nations wipe each other out. So with that, that's on today's lesson. Stay sharp out there. Okay, stay focused. And just lock in. Okay, just lock in. Lock in. You know, make sure with the Lord that you're right with Him. Make sure that you're right with the Lord first, because you want to please the Lord. You know, fuck the community. Excuse my Italian. But you want to get right with the Lord first, huh? And then everything else will fall in place. All right, you want to get right with your Creator. All right, that's something that is very major. So with that, stay in the spirit, stay strong on your feet, soldier. Shalom.